I'm Hilary Hahn, and I am here with you via my computer for a little Q&A session. You guys sent in some questions, and I am going to try to answer them. And the occasion is my new album, which dropped on January 12th. It's called Violin and Voice, and it's a Bach album. Bach album means it's made of music written by Johann Sebastian Bach, and in this case it's a collection of arias from his cantatas. These particular arias have a fair amount of violin solo in them, which I play, and I am very fortunate to be able to play that part because it's such a wonderful role for violin. And I had two wonderful singers, Matthias Gerner and Christina Schaefer, three fantastic European continuo players for organ, harpsichord, cello, and theorbe. And I was with the Munich Chamber Orchestra and conductor Alexander Liebreich. I think that's everyone. So the album is something that I had been hoping to put together for a long time, and it finally worked out. So it's really nice to see it out on shelves or out in a little thumbnail on a digital file that you can buy with a digital booklet. But enough rambling, on to your questions. Okay, OJR, initials, from Norway, asks, I am wondering how it is to relate to and communicate musically with singers as a violinist. In, for instance, a string quartet, all four musicians have the same means of communication, but I suppose it must feel different when you are interacting with singers. Did you have to make many adjustments to your phrasing in order to match the phrasing of the singers, and did they in any way adjust to you? Well, I would say that yes, I did have to make adjustments. What you speak about with the different means of communication between string quartet and singers is a string quartet. We all have string instruments. A string quartet's two violins, viola, and cello. So we all have kind of the same shaped instrument, and we all have a bow, and we can all look at each other and kind of guess what the other person's going to do if it's a good group, because we can identify the technique and the techniques match. With singers, you can't really see the instrument because it's in here, and you have to consider the differences in technique, such as articulation, tone production, using air to produce sound rather than vibration, and motion. I guess it's vibration because it's vocal cords, and it's air on a string instrument, but it feels like a different thing. It feels like singers are using the wind from their lungs to create this beautiful round tone. It's kind of miraculous. And on a violin, it looks like you're creating the sound with the bow, and so it's kind of a contact thing. So the articulation of a stringed instrument comes out differently from the articulation of a voice, the sounds that words make. I had to change my phrasings because I had to match. The violin has some solo parts in these arias that match what the singers sing in other parts, so I had to match the mood and texture of their singing in those parts that they were interpreting, at the same time that I needed to make my parts sound fine without the words involved. So I had to combine my interpretation with theirs. I don't know how much adapting they did because I can only speak for myself, but I really tried to make sure the singers felt completely comfortable to do what they wanted to do, and I tried to really support. I love playing a supporting role. I've always liked playing second violin in orchestra and string quartet. I've always loved the inner voice role, so this really gave me a chance to both be a soloist and support, and those are two things I very much enjoy. And of course, with all of the orchestra involvement in a couple of the arias, I'm playing in a group in some of my lines, so I get to be part of the orchestra as well. So it was really a great experience for me that tied a lot of things together.